From Darien High School, we have this premier boys varsity tennis matchup this afternoon between the Darien Blue Wave and the Staples Wreckers. A pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Schenck joined alongside me, our DAF Media tennis expert, Dave Donnelly. And Dave, you were talking earlier today, the Red Sox versus the Yankees, Staples, Darien on the same level. What do you think we're going to expect today?
Whenever these two teams meet, there's a lot of good players and there's a lot of history. A lot of these guys on both sides train with one another, so they know each other's games, and there's going to be a lot of good tennis today.
And you mentioned the history between these teams. Last year, they met in the regular season, Staples taking that one 4-3, and then in the FCAC Championship, Darien got their revenge 4-0 at Wilton en route to their third all-time FCAC title. And a good slate of matchups on hand today. We're going to take a look at them now. On your screen, you see them. We have at singles one this afternoon will be Ty Brunetti for Staples and Teddy Callery getting the nod from head coach John Day Filippo. And then at singles two, the big matchup there, Robbie Doss and Sam Donnelly. Dave, what do you have for us on that big singles two match?
Those guys faced each other twice last year. Both were three-set matches. The first one, Robbie pulled it out in the regular season. And unfortunately, it was in a third set in the FCACs when Darien clinched, so we never got the result. It was early in the third. Those guys train together. They know each other pretty well, and it's going to be a good match, probably on one of the longer ones.
So it's definitely a big one to watch, as well as you see Ryan Benoit, Noah Wolf on singles three, and then Matthew Chang and Anders Mueller rounding it out on singles. And on the double side, Will Donnelly, Anders Hansen will be taking on the Staples doubles one team of Lampert and Brodsky, and then Lee Barton and Guadarrama and Caballos, and then Freya Even taking on the White brothers, Dallas and Aiden, in doubles three. So those are the matchups you see on your screen. Point for Frey and Even for three. They're inching closer. Once again, it is first to 10. Would take this third set.
And I have seen some of these go 17-15. Got to win by two. They may end up playing a third set anyway if it keeps going.
Ball. Staples serve. Frey and Even now on the second serve.
It's one of the things you don't want to do in a super breaker. Want to get those serves in.
Now 4-4. Temperature's dropping ever so slightly here. Second serve from the Wreckers. And that one is out.
Had some good slice on that one. So we got the double fault back with a free point.
Big serve from White.
That's much needed.
Ties us up at 5. Aiden White, or Dallas White. Splits the middle.
I think they both touched that one.
Beautifully placed shot from Staples. (6-5) in favor of the Wreckers in this doubles three. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Some net action won by Staples. They now go up by 2. Switch once again.
Every 6 points they switch. It's a big point for Darien here. You don't want to go down 8-5.
Could be a dagger to any team, any double pairing. At the net, and Staples goes up 8-5.
It's a ball. That backhand, Dallas just didn't do enough with it. Just kind of hung it up there.
Now it's really a must-win point for Darien. Can't go down by 4.
Oh, big serve when he needed it. Another ball in the woods.
8-6. Someone's going to track it in the woods. And I think they're out of tennis balls. Need to find one somewhere. (8-6) in favor of the Wreckers in the Super Breaker.
Huge point. Another one.
After a long day of tennis, both teams giving it their all. Darien won the match, 4-2 currently. Just a matter if it's 5-2 or 4-3. White with the serve. At the net.
Oh, we had it.
Hit long, and it's now match point in favor of Hayden Frey and Jared Even. Lofted up in the air. Hayden White.
Oh, nice volley.
Kept up by Dallas, and it's out.
Yeah.
Staples will take the Super Breaker and the doubles 3 match, 10-6. A hard-fought match by both sides. And that will do it for a hard day of tennis. Darien will take the match 4-3. Dave, what were your final thoughts on the day? Win for New Canaan nonetheless, but the overall result still going to the Blue Wave. And now we're on to our final match of the day, the singles 4, Cavanna and Karana.
Cameron appears to be up 2-1 in the second set after winning the first set. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. She's down 1-2. Well, I'm not sure they've changed the scoring tower.
And good shot there from Cavanna. So this is on court 2. Over on court 1, we mentioned the exhibition going on. Has no impact on the match. 4-2. Darien, the victors in this one. It's just a matter if it's 5-2 or 4-3.
That's a nice shot from Cameron Cavanna.
And the crowd that we had earlier today starting to file out. Good crowd at the height of this one, about an hour or 2 ago. Good shot cross court from Cavanna.
It's bustling. You see the cross-country team.
I'm not sure if that's cross. I think it's a youth lacrosse, I want to say, but doing laps around the track.
Maybe they lost.
Oh, maybe. Maybe it wasn't not necessarily sprint-worthy, running about a mile in the freezing cold. It's one way to get a team to win a match right there. When you talk about new additions to this Darien High School campus, you got to mention that new running trail that they brought on, I think, last year, 1.5 miles. And, of course, you come up to this section here, the brand-new tennis courts that they installed 2 years ago, and really redoing the old ones that kind of were in a desperate need for repair.
And I have seen people, as they're walking, they get caught up in some of the matches, and I have seen people stumble.
They're that breathtaking, these new courts, the blue on the, whatever you call them, lightish green. But 4-2, our score right now in the match. Cavanna going up 3-2 in the second set. Cavanna just needs 3 more games to close it out for Darien. And making the Blue Wave 2-0 on the day. In tennis, they went to New Canaan. The boys team took down the New Canaan boys 5-2. And the Darien girls will look to do the same here today. And just quickly looking ahead, New Canaan, they return in action tomorrow. They'll take a trip to Norwalk to play the Brian McMahon Senators. As for Darien, they are also back in action tomorrow. They will finish their matchup at Staples, and then Thursday they will go to Richfield to take on the Tigers for a 4 o'clock start. So 3 matches in 3 days for Darien. How do you think, Dave, that affects the team's stamina?
It's a good question. I mean, in season, though, with especially in the spring with the weather, they will practice on the off days, but it's common for one of the matches to get postponed, so that once the season starts, there's not a big opportunity to do a lot of practicing, although there will be the captains call some practices on the weekends. I find, within reason, the more you keep playing tennis, the better you play. So I don't think that's a big problem for either of these teams.
It's something you look at a sport like tennis. They started their season on April 11th, and in the span of just about 1 month, they play 15 matches. I mean, that's crazy to think about it over the 30-day span or so they have. That's a match every other day, and you take out the Sundays, and I mean, it's really crazy to think about it. And it's one of the only sports I can think of that they play that much. Normally, the teams have another week or two left in the regular season to get the extra game or two in.